Virginia, I wasn't aware of some things that were passed, or they actually did get passed a while back about assault weapons being banned, the assault weapons ban, trying to ban rifles. I had no idea. Sometimes a lot of these laws slip. That's why it's very important to be very into your state laws and trying to figure out and find out, exactly what's going on. Because I had no idea. Virginia is it's like a purple state, so to speak. It's the northern part of Virginia is mostly Democratic, bro. A lot of Democrats live up there, like Fairfax, Prince William County, and Loudoun, especially Loudoun County. Those counties up there, closer to DC, terrible. You got other counties in the middle or like towards the south, definitely more red, like going towards North Carolina, going towards Kentucky, Tennessee. Those areas lean more like, red, so to speak. I'm not really into this whole left-right stuff, but it is what it is. That's the way things are in America. Everything is based on left and right and red and blue. And the governor out here, Governor Youngkin, he vetoed the bills. These bills were like, they literally were going to ban or try to ban rifles out here, and the governor struck them down. And in November next month, I think there's important elections going on in Virginia when it comes to. I think they're gonna be voting on this thing again. I'm making this off the whim. So there's some things I might not be too certain about, but I'm just putting it out there because I'm getting to something here. So there's some things coming up in Virginia. Some elections important. They're gonna probably try to pass this thing through again, bro. It might make it through the House. It might not pass the House. It might pass the House. It's gonna pass probably both out here. I'm just thinking about it. It might end up passing, but the governor, Youngkin, I think his term. Let me just do a quick check. Hold on. When is Governor Youngkin of Virginia's term up? So it says, I said Youngkin. His term expires January 2026. I figured it was coming. So Virginia law prohibits governors from serving consecutive terms. So his 4 years is about to be up. So Virginia's definitely gonna have to pay attention. It's sad that we gotta worry about stuff like that. They should just leave the damn guns alone, but they just won't, bro. They won't. I'm making this because I want to tie police into this for a moment. The only reason why these politicians the reason why they pass these laws is because they know police will enforce these laws, bro. Now, they might have a small minority of police that probably they'll say it on TV, or they'll grandstand and say, well, we are against this, we're not going to enforce this and all this other stuff. Listen, man, when it comes to their paychecks being on the line, I think they'll do anything, bro. That's just my take. I won't feel any different. You know how I know? This is when I know that they're serious. If a law like that pass and the cops end up pulling somebody over and they got a rifle in their truck going to the gun range, and the cop says, oh man, we gotta take you to jail because you gotta, this is banned now in Virginia. And another cop comes and say, no, you ain't taking him to jail. I'm stopping that. That's unconstitutional. That's when I'll know that they for real. Other than that, they just running their mouth. This goes to say, police are not really your friends, bro. At the end of the day, they really ain't, bro. That is why these politicians pass these laws, because they know 100%, 90% of the time, if anything, the cops is going to enforce these laws. These are the same cops, right? That before they fully became cops, they took that oath and they said they swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States, right? But then when they get out there, they do it like total opposite. I kind of look at cops and politicians as the same. Yeah, they say that they do the same thing. Cops, the presidents, They all get sworn in on the Bible and all that stuff. But then when they get into office or become real police, they do the exact opposite. They start doing unconstitutional stuff. You know what I mean? And you can say you love police all you want. I don't really care for him too much, bro. I'm being 100% with you. I really don't. I don't hate him, but I don't care for him because I always look at it like it's always an us against them mentality. They look at us as the enemy, bro, for the most part. And I don't want to hear this mess that they won't. They already enforced that shit. When we had assault weapons bans in '94, you think they wasn't out there arresting people that got caught with rifles? Come on, man. They got to be able to really defy unconstitutional orders, and I don't believe any of them really will do this shit. I'm talking about on a grand scale. I'm not talking about, you know, a few of them and all that. Now, in Virginia, if it goes through and they try to ban rifles, let's say they do, and people say, man, fuck no, we still gonna go to the range with our damn rifles. This is our right? And they get caught with a rifle. How many cops you think gonna just say, well, you know what? This is your constitutional right. I ain't even worried about it, man. Go about your business. Go ahead about your business, man. Ain't none of them gonna do that. They gonna say that, you know what they gonna say? Their favorite word. I'm just doing my job. See? Even though their job is to uphold those Bill of Rights that protects you with your firearms, right? That's supposed to protect them from fucking with you. They're not your friends, bro. They're not your friends. They're the friends of the people that cut their check. They're the friends of. They're not gonna bite the hand that feed them. So I'm telling you, if this passes and in Virginia, you start seeing these sheriffs all over Virginia talking about, yeah, we don't stand for this, and yeah, okay. When it goes down, if it does pass, and somebody gets jammed up with their gun, and then they get arrested, let's see if the cop on that same force tell that other cop, hey, look, you doing the wrong thing. Let's see, better yet, let's see that same cop that pulls up arrest the cop that arrested you for having your rifle. I bet you he won't do it. Prove me wrong. Just saying. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all stay vigilant and safe out there, man. And always practice your Second Amendment. It's Rebel 9. Catch y'all later.